Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, but no, this one is dedicated to 4chan and Britpol. Before I begin, I would like to make clear that there may be people who have heard of me, who know of my videos and what I do on Britpol and 4chan, who are ambivalent towards me, or who even maybe actually like me, despite how much they may be willing to acknowledge the flaws that very definitely are there, as I'm about to kind of talk about to a certain extent. Let's sort of begin with why I'm making this video. Okay, basically, that doesn't look right. There we are, more centered. I'm making this video because for some time now I've been starting to feel like there's almost breath on the back of my neck, sort of, I've been feeling that some people have been paying attention and not necessarily making themselves known. There has been a sense of presence on my videos and on the internet and stuff, a sense of a wider understanding of who I am than might be readily apparent from the comments that I get on my things, on my videos or Facebook fan page or Reddit or whatever. It has been a sort of growing wide sense of something bigger, wider. And so I obviously reached a point of apotheosis quite recently, realizing that I'm sort of stronger than I really thought I kind of was. That's sort of, well, not a strong in a physical sense, but that's certainly becoming truer now to a certain extent as well. And so I kind of felt like, you know what, I want to take a look. I want to try and find what's out there, what's going on. So I did an incognito mode search, and obviously, right, I've got cookies on my computer. I don't, I'm someone for whom, my brand is honesty, shame, and shamelessness. So I'm not about to goddamn. I've got nothing to be ashamed of, Well, okay, that's a lie. Clearly, I have got things to be ashamed of, but nothing that, nothing. There is nothing on there that it's like, oh my god, if people find this out, then it'll ruin me. Like, no, there is nothing like that. I'm not that kind of person. So to a certain extent, there may be cookies and stuff going on that mean that, it's like, you're searching for Alexander Gordon. Yes, of course, we know that you're a Vincent, so of course we're going to deliver all this information to you. Exactly, yes, we know who you are, we know what you're looking for. It may be that that's the case to a certain extent, but I did start to see things like sort of an image which is like a straw poll, and it's like sort of Britpols, whatever, and this thing, and then it's like YouTube commenters, brackets, excluding Alexander Gordon Jahans. It's like, okay, somebody, this is like an inside joke to a community that I'm clearly not a part of, This is not aimed at me. This is some sort of insight into a community that I'm not aware of. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go deeper, fine, going. And what I found first was that Tumblr's scary. Because obviously I was searching myself, and searching for the Flash Nuke, you know, just searching to try and find some kind of sense of digital footprint about where this community and understanding could come from. And it's just like, yeah, my brief foray into Tumblr went really, really badly. Basically, don't piss off the John Locke fans. Do not piss off the John Locke fandom on Tumblr. They're very bitchy. And they are very, very snipey, very not nice. Not nice. Not as blunt as 4chan. Not as brusque. Not as obvious as 4chan. But in a way, they're kind of worse. In the sense that there is some real sass and condemnation and like, oh, you must be the spawn of Satan then, because, you know, your opinions on a TV program and a fandom mean that you must be homophobic. And sort of really weird sort of judgmental things that just kind of make me go, I'm not touching that with a fucking barge pole. And I'm telling that to 4chan. Yes, I'm an imbecile, ladies and gentlemen. This should never be fucking doubted. I am a fucking imbecile. Indeed, it's something I realised last night. It was this astounding revelation. Oh my god, what I really want to do is find a way to help people. And it's like, no shit. I fucking dress as and let's be honest, kind of obsess over and watch and write fanfiction about a guy whose name means the man who makes people better, the Doctor. Like, no shit, I want to fucking help people. Oh my god, I'm such an imbecile. So anyway, after that, I was like, okay, find something. And then there was a link to an archive from Britpol of somebody sharing one of my videos, and I couldn't properly read it because I'm not that much of a masochist, and a lot of it was just, oh my god, guys, use the fucking English language for fuck's sake. It's just like, he's a niche base, and it's just like, oh, fuck's sake, god damn, speak English, motherfucker. And so yeah, I did mostly just skim it, but I was just like, oh my god, it was almost like reading a Necronomicon or something, just kind of like, I shouldn't be reading this, but it's so goddamn morbidly interesting. And I realised some things, right? Okay, firstly, so many people on this thing are anonymous. And then they complain, what the fuck, man? He isn't letting me come in and insult him! Yes, I know. I'm not a completely stupid motherfucker. I mean, I'm quite honest about the fact that, yeah, I don't want your shit on my carpet. You know, I don't want you shitting on my fucking carpet. If you want to have a fucking shit somewhere, go fucking outside. Go somewhere else. Don't come into my house and have a shit. You know, I'm not gonna let you do that. You know, it's like, fair enough. It's fair enough. People have different opinions on things. People don't like what I think, what I say, right? People don't like my face and stuff. They, you know, they have opinions about things, right? I don't want you shitting on my fucking rug. I don't want you I don't want you coming in to my house, onto my YouTube channel, and saying, you know what I really want to do? I want to just take a shit right here, right in front of you, right just on your sofa, right here. Just have a shit. You know, I'm not going to let you do that. Of course I'm not. Of course I'm going to do approved comments. Of course I'm going to delete your comments. If you're being horrible people, why the hell would I let you goddamn insult me? It's this ridiculous sense of hypocrisy and sort of false honor. Like, you know, here they are posting fucking anonymously, going, oh my god, man, he won't even let me just, you know, insult him to his face. You know, can you see the comment about Alexander? Can anybody see Alexander? I left a comment from Alexander. Well, why isn't the fucking letting me fucking insult him? Because I'm not stupid. I'm an imbecile, but I have standards. I'm not gonna let you come into my house and just fucking take a shit on my rug. Stop. He won't let me insult him. You're fucking kidding me. You goddamn getting annoyed about that? I mean, okay, I know I literally did a video pointing out how fucking Labour MPs who voted to goddamn bomb a country have been doing much the same thing. They're bullying me as I'm voting to kill people. But, like, in a way, this is almost worse. Like, those people genuinely think that they're like fighting the Nazis or something. They think ISIS are this cancerous plague that has to be destroyed. And they're kind of right. We just disagree about how you destroy the cancer and plague of ISIS. They think you destroy it by blowing it up. I am of the opinion that you do it by starving it and suffocating it and making sure that it is not allowed to spread because it is an ideological contagion. And hey, what if you blow up fucking Syria? You're gonna make yourself look like the bad guys, and you're gonna have all Syria, ISIS on the news again, and there are gonna be retaliations. And what happened? Oh yeah, that's right. A machete wielder hacked out someone's throat on the fucking tube with a knife while claiming this is for Syria. Oh my god. It's almost like you goddamn bombed them, and then they spread the ideological contagion. It's almost like the people saying that the way to stop ISIS is not by bombing them are kind of right, you know. But at least you can kind of see their misguided belief, you know. The Nazis were a threat that kind of needed to be bombed into the fucking, well, not Stone Age, because, you know, not that cruel, but, you know, they did kind of need to be stopped. And so do ISIS, but in a different way. So you can kind of see there is almost a certain perspective of, you know, difference of opinion there. This, people on 4chan going, oh my god, he won't let me insult him. This is so unfair. In a way, it's almost worse because it's such a direct example of hypocrisy. You know, obviously, tremendously, like, I have no sympathy for goddamn anyone who has voted to bomb a country and then is like, I'm getting bullied because I wanted people to die. Like, yeah, grow the fuck up. But in this instance, it's just, It's so directly hypocritical. People whining about the fact that their insults aren't hitting home. Oh man, he won't let me insult him. Why isn't he showing up my comments that are insulting him? Why isn't he letting me take a dump on his rug? Oh my god, this is unfair. I don't like it. It's just hilarious. It is just absolutely hilarious. So then, I want to point out something that so many people seem to be really annoyed that I'm making videos. Like, okay, bear with me, guys. You can go away. You don't have to watch my videos. Like, oh my gosh, made it an hour long! You don't have to watch it. I'm not holding a gun to your head saying, watch it, motherfucker! It's not like you're in some kind of Saw scenario. It's not like fucking A Clockwork Orange. It's not like, you know, your eyelids are being held open by wires. Oh my god, I've got to watch his long video. This is so unfair. Okay, I watch a lot of YouTube videos. Okay, I watch many great story sort of videos. I watch reviews. I watch let's plays. I listen to in-depth podcasts on history and sort of dissecting, you know, various different TV shows and films and books and what have you. And so I'm very much I know that there is better than me out there. You know, indeed there is Jim Sterling, or sorry, we must use his title, his true proper title, Jim fucking Sterling, son. You know, he's out there, and like I discovered him because people said, "Oh, you're like Jim Sterling." So I know that if you like me, but you're complained that you're annoyed that my videos are too long and that there's no scripting and there's no editing, like, watch Jim Sterling. Watch him. Like, literally, there is a guy out there who is like me, but more polished, shorter videos, better editing, better scripting, better gags. Well, deliberate gags for a start. Like, you know, if you want me, but better, there is that out there. If you want something better, there is that out there. You don't have to watch this. Okay, I make these because I like to. And I know that there is this sort of weird, fucked up mentality in you guys that it's like, but people can't do things because they want to. Nothing would ever get done. Right, I'm a regulated capitalist. I'm not saying that, you know, we shouldn't be able to pay people to be in the military to, you know, clean out our fucking garbage, you know, to be firemen and stuff like that. I'm not saying I am not a communist. I like money. Money is nice. Money is a good way to get people to do shitty jobs. I know that, alright? But here's the thing. This is a hobby. I do it for fun. I do this because I like to. I don't do it for you. Do it for me. This is why there's no fucking editing. This is why there's no fucking script. Because for me, it is about sitting down in front of a camera, pressing record, and just fucking talking. It's what I like to do. And yeah, I'm not necessarily but I'm definitely not the sanest man in the world. I am quite a strange and weird individual. I know that. I know that. I am well aware, right? Like, people are do they think that I've gone through life without anyone, you know, taking issue with me? Do they think that somehow this is the first time that anybody has ever tried to comment on me that, you know, you're a really weird guy? Like, funnily enough, I've had that for a long time. It's not anything fucking new. And it's like, fit into this narrow mold! Damn you! Fit into this narrow mold of what I consider acceptable! And yet, here's the thing, right? These people, you people, probably wouldn't even fit yourselves. Okay? Because here's the thing, right? I'm someone who gets bored easily. Okay? I like stories. I like interesting personalities. I like interesting concepts. I like interesting characters. Yes, okay, I will admit that, you know, my tastes in films are often quite different, you know, seeing as by the time I got round to watching X-Men 3, The Last Stand, I actually thought it was quite a bit better than the other two ones, though by that point I might have had my brain slightly melted by those horrible, horrible films. And, you know, I genuinely think The Phantom Menace is the best Star Wars film because I watched the original theatrical cuts of the original trilogy, and then it was like, okay, here are these horribly, you know, scripted films with that look stupid, with stupid premises, with stupid stories, and then suddenly, wow, there's stuff happening. You know, there is a lot of shit going on, and there is depth and world building, and, you know, like, the fact that the Phantom Menace gives a shit to show, hey, yeah, this war started off about taxation. It's, you know, there is stuff there that is more than just he bad and have bad magic. We must go kill him and his weapon. Pew pew. You know. The Phantom Menace is about stuff. Whereas the original trilogy of Star Wars is just he's a magic guy who's black and scary. And there's an emperor with a super weapon. And we need to stop them. I mean, don't get me wrong, right? That's a good starting point. You kind of need to have character arcs and, you know, concepts and themes and stuff happening besides, well, we've got some good villains. I mean, they're good villains. You need to have a little bit more going on there. A little bit more. But, you know, I can understand why, you know, we have, you know, differences of opinions on, you know, subjective taste and stuff, but, you know, there are better things out there to spend your time on. I spend my time doing so much better stuff, and you're here on 4chan just complaining about me. Like, this is how you spend your time. Looking at people whose videos are shitty and going, wow, that video sure is shitty. Okay, I know that there are people out there who, you know, eat disgusting food for reviews, who watch horrible films for reviews. Okay, I did actually have to go into The Phantom Menace knowing it was the most hated Star Wars film, thinking I was going to hate it. I know that there is a certain masochistic tendency within the internet community to go, that's a really hated thing, I must try it. But here's the thing. Once you know it's horrible, you can stop. Like, if you say, oh yeah, this horrible thing is horrible, I'm gonna continue consuming it. That's kind of more your issue. Blaming me because you hate my videos and yet decide to continue watching them. You're kind of blaming the wrong person there. It's like, you know, I suppose to a certain extent you could argue I'm like an enabler because I'm making the things that you are addicted to. I'm making the thing that is your problem. But ultimately it is you who has the problem to say, oh my god, I hate this thing, but I can't stop watching. Just genuinely, there are other things, man. There are other things. But they so much of these people is just, but he must stop. Why isn't he stopping? Why isn't he sitting with her? And I'm sorry, I'm going into fucking shitty German or Russian or whatever fuck that actually is. But it's genuinely people going, but he's not like us. He's not like us, and he's making things, and he's not. Why isn't he stopped? Why isn't he dead? And it's just like, dudes, don't you have better things to do with your life? Like, as has been, you know, made clear, right? I'm not the most well-adjusted human being in the world. You know, I'm a fucking strange one. It's not hard to be better than me. You should be better than me. Yet, I can understand that, hey, this is something I don't like. I'm not gonna watch it because I don't like it. Whereas you guys don't seem to understand that. You know? If I don't like something, I stop watching it. I stop doing it. Whereas you guys don't. You just get really angry that it's continuing. And okay, let's address the issue of essentially the people who look at my videos and just are like, oh my god, you're such a beta. You're such a beta cook, man. Yeah, you're such a beta. And it's like, yes, I am. And I mean, ladies and gentlemen, right? I am the guy who wrote a story called The Consumption of Me, about a Logicio turning up and eating me alive. I am the guy who wrote a story called The Taming of Me, about an architect of chaos coming along and taking me as his pet. I am the guy who wrote a story called The Controvoxi Survivor, about a guy who is the last survivor of planet Earth after essentially great tentacled aliens arrive and essentially put all of humanity into great cages that are then used to filter out those who will be considered fit enough to join the breeding herds of the second class called the Flaguri, you know, and how this one guy eventually saves and he gets his happy ending, and his happy ending is, in part, and I have this lovely lady, Controvoxi, who will eat me alive every now and again. You know, I am someone who, you know, shockingly, after, you know, after a childhood where my dad was fucking terrifying and my, you know, pretty much everybody in school insulted me and would rip the piss into me for fun, shockingly, that has made me kind of a bit masochistic. Shockingly, I've kind of gotten used to that. Shockingly, that has kind of, joined in my mind with some sort of sense of, yeah, that's what it means to be loved. Right? I'm sane enough to recognise that's a very fucked up thing. But it's there. Shockingly, masochistic guy writes masochistic things. And this fundamentally is kind of why I started looking at the videos. Why I started looking at your comments and started trying to find out what this secret order. That's making it sound far grander than it is. What this secret bunch of fucking nerdy dweebs was going on about. 'Cause I kind of, yeah. There is a part of me that I'm very self-loathing. I have a voice in my head. Well, okay, you're quite literal-minded. Like I said in a video, my dad threw me across the room, and like, I don't know, you people are picturing him like literally lifting me up in the air and throwing me like a boulder, like William Shatner lifting up a rock and going, like, yeah, it was more of kind of, shoving and timber sort of thing. So I know you're quite literal-minded people. So I should sort of clarify here to a certain extent that when I say I'm kind of masochistic and stuff, and that essentially when I look at your comments and stuff, it's in a way it's like you care. That's it. It's like good that they still hate me. They still hate me. It's that kind of thing of like coming home. It's like almost the cat that always tries to scratch you. Yeah, actually, that's a good analogy. It is like when my cat Ronikin will just go, nom 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 nom. I want to bite you. I want to scratch you. That's what 4chan is. That's what the internet comments are. They are my cat just having a playful scratch, just going, no, I want to destroy you. No. And it's just kind of like, oh, you care. Oh, you adorable little thing. You want to destroy me? Who's the precious little destroyer? Who's the precious little destroyer? So, and it's just really hilarious to see people kind of with such a hate on. Such a sort of like hatred boner for me, just sort of like, oh my god, so disgusting and horrible, and oh my god, do I need his balls drop? Like, okay, guys, just so you know, right? I'm 23. Okay, I've been to college and university. It's just that before I started getting testosterone treatment in the sort of June-ish of June-ish of this year, and before then, basically had less testosterone than the average woman. Hence the tits. Hence how, yeah, my voice for a long time was very, very fucking squeaky. But still doesn't explain people going, but how old is he? How old? He can't be his actual age that he has stated that he is. I don't believe it. But just you guys just taking to me with such hatred and aggression, and just like, but he must be destroyed. He cannot exist. He makes my worldview. uncomfortable because it removes the simplicity of it. You know, you just people who feel utter disgust and hatred for me, and it's just like, guys, you're being really cute, but you don't have to do this. You do not have to hate me like this, alright? It's not like I'm gonna fucking... You know, I make shitty YouTube videos. I write shitty pieces of fiction. You know, it's not like I'm gonna be a fucking politician. It's not like I'm gonna, you know, goddamn run the country and, you know, someday, you know, you just turn up on telly and it's like, yes, Alexander Gordon Jahans is now Prime Minister of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Ah, well, we're fucked. You know, that's not gonna happen. Okay? You don't have to worry about that. You know, I'm not ever going to be a threat to you. I'm only ever going to be a creator of, you know, random internet media. You can look away. You don't have to be so violently angry with me. So just unable to take the fact that I exist. Like, guys, how screwed up are you that your response to seeing someone stupid on the internet is to go, I must rage against him, and not, I'm gonna do something better with my life. I'm gonna continue watching this awesome thing. I'm gonna watch that awesome thing. Or even, heck, I'm gonna go do my job. I'm gonna see my, you know, girlfriend or boyfriend or, you know, agent of whatever. You know, there's nothing like, you're not reacting like normal sane people. That you have to go into these shadowy online communities to rage against me. Like, really? And while we're at it, let's address some things, okay? It seems like you people really want to see my penis. And don't worry, it's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. That's not ever going to fucking happen. Okay, right? I'm honest. Yes, okay. I am honest. Okay. But funnily enough, honest does not mean I'm just gonna fucking give everything away. Okay? Like, to a certain extent, you know, people, they think they can have everything. You know. Because I give so much, so willingly. I mean, even my friends do this, you know. Like, I have a friend I've been, you know, in regular contact with, who, you know, we have some, you know, she's been kind of a rock to me, and we've had some quite interesting, in-depth conversations. And, you know, I've mostly said stuff that I've kind of covered in other areas, but at one point she goes, like, I still don't get, though, why are the sylphs so hot for you? Like, and how does, you know, your wanting to be a sylph play into this? And it's sort of like wanting an exact fucking breakdown and understanding of, you know, my fictional creations and my sort of, you know, sort of sexual predilections towards them, and sort of wanting an exact clear breakdown, and sort of, you know, then, you know, when I sort of to a certain extent begrudgingly saying, okay, but what the fuck? Okay, I'll do this. She goes, yeah, I still don't get it. And it's like, I'm not gonna fucking give you more. There are certain things. There are certain things that are like, you know what? You don't get everything. Okay? And it seems people are really there. I give so much that people are like, well, he must have buried secrets. He must have skeletons. He must have things like. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna let you in a little secret. It's very easy for me to say the bad things. Okay? It's very easy for me to say the things I hate about myself, because to a certain extent, right, there is a part of me that, you know, was raised in a C of E school, so the, you know, the idea of, you know, confession is sort of appealing towards me. This idea, you know, forgive me, 4chan, because I have sinned, you know, to a certain extent, right? I do, you know, I am very open about, you know, the dark stuff, the hard stuff. I mean, I've been talking about, you know, depression, and I do genuinely at one point want to do a kind of almost start a campaign to, you know, fight the stigma of having a small penis, you know, because, you know, it does seem ridiculous that in this day and age of, you know, supposed men's rights groups and feminism that is supposedly also, well, supposedly the real men's rights movement as well, that kind of nobody that still having a small penis is so stigmatized, you know. I genuinely, these things about me that are the kind of the difficult stuff, the hard stuff, the bad stuff, that's all public. That's all entirely public, because that's the part that, you know, my moralistic brain can't let stay hidden, you know. It's the bad stuff that needs to be public knowledge, you know. The fact that, you know, I went to the loo and, you know, I had a nice shit. That was okay. Like, I slept well. I played Skyrim. It was good. I listened to a podcast. That was also good. Yeah, you know, like, sort of life being okay, that doesn't get reported, you know. Like, I know there are people who are like, oh my god, but social media is all about perfection. And it's like, no, I only share the bad stuff. Because why would you share the good stuff? The good stuff isn't interesting. It's like, look at me! I am awesome! And good for you! Oh man, you know, I'm really depressed, and, you know, I'm feeling myself stuff. That's interesting, you know. I mean, okay, I'm only going to say that when it's about myself. You know, obviously, if it's somebody else, if I wouldn't react with, yes, good, that's interesting, keep that up. Yeah, if it was me, if I stumbled across me in a parallel world, and sort of saw me release my statuses, going, that's good, you're releasing interesting stuff. But if it was anybody else, no, I've talked about this before. This is, you know, this absurd notion that anybody in the world, no matter how fucking evil, if they were thinking about committing suicide, I'd be like, no man. Everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody deserves to be fucking rehabilitated. Deserves a chance at life if it can be made possible. When it's me though. When it's me though. then it's like, fuck it. But, you know, there is no need for people to come looking for secrets. Okay. There is no need to do that. There are no dark and shadowy corners, you know. I think the only thing that I've not talked about that much was the fact that, you know, I don't eat fish now because I killed 2 fish when I was a kid to make some fucking compost. And there was that time in primary school when I basically kept a dead rat in my pocket and took him to school as a pet because... Yeah, you can kind of start to see why I write such fucking weird fiction. You know, it's almost like if I hadn't discovered weird fiction, you know, my life could have gone down a very dark path indeed. But instead, I created the Farshnook, and it's like, the Farshnook goes on the killing sprees, and I just write weird fiction. Okay, I shouldn't be fucking laughing and joking about, hey, in a parallel universe, I'm gonna be the best murderer! Yay! Yeah, sorry, that's bad taste, but it's a parallel universe, but still, bad taste. But, you know, there isn't any skeleton, you know, or at least all the skeletons are fucking out there on show, you know. The closet is goddamn empty, you know, and it's, you know, I mean... I suppose maybe people are just like, but you must have secrets. No, I don't. I'm pretty fucking open about goddamn everything. To the extent that my mother is freaking out. My mother is constantly like, why are you honest? Stop being honest! If you want to talk privately, in secret, and keep it in the dark. It's like, no. I do my shit in a light, thank you. Okay. Just realised that metaphor kind of, to a certain extent, crosses over with the metaphor about shit as in shitty comments. I do my shit in the light, thank you. Well, I suppose I do. I always like to have the light on when I'm having shit. No, I don't have any secrets. You know, I mean, people are like, they're so desperate to add me as a Facebook friend, when it's like, dude, I've got a Facebook fan page, and, you know, most of the time, my Facebook feed is set to public anyway. You don't need to, you don't need to goddamn add me as a friend, okay? Like, if you want to see the stuff that's on there, you can just follow it. You know, if you want to, you know, contact me and stuff, you can like my Facebook fan page, you know. There is a Reddit, you know, there are YouTube comments, and if you leave a positive one, I will get back to you. You know, there are so many different ways to contact me. I mean, I do occasionally go onto Tumblr, you know, very quickly duck in, check my messages. You know, I've got Twitter, I kind of regularly check that, you know. There are ways and means to contact me. You know, you don't have to add me as a Facebook friend. And I did have this really kind of hilarious fucking exchange with someone where they're like, hi, love your videos, and then I'm like, yeah, but I only add Facebook friends, I only add people I know in real life as Facebook friends, and they go, well, fuck you then, fuck off with you then, you know, this is why autism is taking over, yeah. It's just like, oh, okay. Well, clearly I was fucking right to do that. By being a dickbag, you've just vindicated why I have the fucking quarantine there. Thank you. And to be honest, to a certain extent, I have, you know, been sort of, you know, thinking about, you know, vetting people, people I do know in real life, and going, you're being a dickbag here. I'm just gonna. People who kind of think, he writes those funny stories about submissive women. I bet he'll fucking love my comments about how feminists are all evil. People do seem to really, they want to corrupt me. People like finding me on Twitter and stuff, and like going, you see, this complex post about, the nature of, life and philosophy, and how, whether a quantum clone is really you or someone else, and whether, you could use this ability to mass produce people who are, and saying, but isn't that really about how, right, the idea of consent is fucked up and I can just write people? Just, someone genuinely looked at this essay called, like, The Question of Logicular Replication and went, isn't that basically about how consent is fucked up and it means I can write people? No, it's not about that. Consent is very fucking clear when it comes to the issue of sexual consent. It only becomes a fucking issue when it's like you're getting into, issues of free will and whether man is a programmed biological machine, when you take into account, quantum cloning and Grandad Spade and, all these big, concepts and ideas, and he just boils it down to feminism bad. And this idea that, man, feminism is why you are so self-loving. No, it's not. Okay, the women in my childhood are, my mother, who for all her faults, was forever telling me, every single day that she loved me. My sister, who was just fucking nice and sweet. And, the teachers, who, yes, were kind of the prison wardens, but notably not actually the people kicking the shit out of me. Notably not the people actually sending me mad. Okay? I mean, school is actually a very sexist place. Certainly, the school I went to, because basically all the boys beat the fucking shit out of each other. So if you wanted to be involved with that, you kind of had to be willing to have the shit beaten out of you. And it's a Tory area. So some quite, backwards ideas, I think, to a certain extent, were going on there. But in general, it was basically just boys beating the crap out of me. Don't get me wrong, when it was in class and stuff, and it was, pranks and shenanigans and, like, kicking my fucking school bag all over the place, then the girls would get involved too. But, let's be honest, right? This problem, this self-loathing, it was forged it was forged by men. It was not forged by fucking women. This is nothing to do with feminism. My self-loathing is nothing to do with fucking feminism, My self-loathing might use it as a convenient excuse, but that's because my self-loathing is a fucking douchebag. That is, I will use any weapon to try and destroy you. Not, well, you see, it's innately what's killing you. No, I am. I'm horrible. I hate myself. So, just, let's be clear. I know my videos are crap. I don't care. I know I have problems. I am working on them. If you disagree with me politically, I disagree with you politically, and thus, I don't care. And there are people who really hate me with a passion. Really, really are so disgusted and frustrated that how dare I exist? How dare I? And to them, I have this to say. I've recently come to terms with the fact that I am actually kind of a sadistic person. Never overtly, never deliberately, never go out of my way to have a sadistic situation forced upon someone. But let's face it, if my very existence annoys the piss out of you, if my continuing to make videos annoys the piss out of you, if my continuing to be left-wing, continuing to stand up for the little guy, if my continuing to champion the cause of women, the cause of the transgender community, if that annoys the piss out of you, if that makes you burn with hatred, if that gets at the core of who you are and makes you feel sick, and that makes me feel good. That makes me feel so good. Because I'm not a nice man. I'm not a nice man. I try to be. I want to be. I aspire to be a feminist because I want to be better. I want to write women better. I want to be lauded by this community, which is such an egotistical thing to do. But I want to be a good person. But I'm not. I am sadistic. And I am petty. And the only reason that I am not in favour of revenge is that with the amount of people who hate me, that would be a very, very long list to get through. So, instead, I will take my solace, and I will take my gratitude and joy from the fact that I know there are people out there who, were I to meet them in real life, I would hate. And I know that they hate me, that my very existence, my very continued making of videos, continued breathing gets to them. Knowing that I am an insult to their very being just by surviving and doing what I like for fun, that makes me feel good. That makes me feel so good. I am winning just by doing what I like. No wonder I'm the Farshnook. No wonder I am the creator of the Farshnook. I am the man who has his cake and eat it. I am the fucking masochist in this situation. And by attracting you sadists like flies who want so dearly to hurt me but can't, I get to have my sadistic thrill of knowing that you are hating on me, that you're hating my existence, that I am an insult to everything that you think the world should be. I get to have my cake and eat it, and that feels pretty darn sweet. To know that just by existing, just by making the videos I make for fun, just by living my life the way I live it, I am being an insult to the kind of people that I hate and loathe, and I am getting right on their tits. That makes me feel good. Just by existing, I am annoying the piss out of people I hate. That's fucking awesome. If you're a not nice man, like I am. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to have a mug of tea and play some Skyrim. And this video will naturally, like all my other videos from now on, basically, well, and for a while back, will be approved comments only. But yeah, I do have a Reddit. You will be able to comment on there. I am kind of quietly deciding to let the Reddit be the sort of. I'm letting the Reddit be the, and this is where the the haters go, because I know that there is a big hater community out there, and as long as you're willing to be civil to a certain extent, then I don't see why you shouldn't be able to enjoy my stuff in whatever sick way they make you feel better about yourself. I mean, I will say, when I want to feel better about myself, I look at like the Doctor or Tony Stark or Spider-Man. I look at great heroes and go, they have problems. They have problems that are so much worse than mine. Whereas you look at me and go, well, at least I'm better than that. Well, no fucking shit. I've got fucked up genetics. I can't smell. My nose always runs. I get regular nosebleeds. I get migraines. I've got cataracts in my eyes, so I'm slowly going blind. I'm constantly worried about shitty hearing. I can't smell. My taste is thus, changed as a result. I am hideously unfit, despite, what I may do, because to a certain extent it's genetic and, down to metabolism and stuff. And, also down to the fact that basically my genetics are fucked up. So for the majority of my life, thus far, I have had less testosterone than the average woman. And yeah, I have tits on my chest because my body got fucking confused, because it's like, okay, we're gonna try and go ahead with the whole man thing despite having not enough testosterone. Okay, that things are there, but they're not really they're not really big enough. So you know what? We're gonna try something different this time. Ah yes, tits are working. Those are getting nice and big. Actually, that's a lie. I have no fucking idea about the correct size of tits. Let's be honest. I'm not that kind of lucky. I'm not someone for whom you should ever feel proud that you are better than. Like, no shit. No fucking shit, you're better than me. That's not an achievement. It's like, well, I successfully outran the slug. It's like, no fucking shit. How goddamn slow would you need to be to not outrun the fucking slug? How lowly would you have to be to look upon me and go, you know what? You're better than me. And so people who are like, who are feeling better because they're looking at me and going, oh, well, at least I'm not you. Yeah, but that's not exactly hard. Okay. I mean, I know I've got, privilege, but that doesn't mean that, all these other factors of my life are suddenly discounted, So yeah, just... Oh, you make me laugh. Because you're just such a pathetic individual. Why? Why do you have such a fucking hate boner for me? Why do you waste your time watching videos of me and commenting, going, he's making things I don't like and yet I watch and comment. Like, no. There are better things out there. Watch something else. You know? You don't have to watch this, you know? The only way this would make sense if you were some kind of Doctor Who villain who is just like, I must chart all of the different kinds of YouTube channels on the internet. I must watch and consume every piece of information in the universe. And, you know, because those people do genuinely tend to, in the end, go, oh my god, that is too much, it must stop, we must stop it. Because that's literally like the plot of Ghostlight and of a Futurama episode as well. Why won't the knowledge stop accumulating? This is not nice. I suppose, yeah. That's it. 4chan, Britpol, you are Doctor Who villains. Which actually is kind of appropriate. Because, you know, I love the Daleks. The Daleks are why I discovered Doctor Who. And the Daleks are why the Doctor decided to become really the man who makes people better. And really, you people, 4chan and Britpol, you are the jokers. You are the jokers and the bullies from school who I decided I would never ever be. And now? Well, yeah, that means you are my Daleks. You are my Cybermen. You are the thing that defined me by being that which I would stand up against and stand opposed to. You are my shitty Doctor Who villains. So, I suppose in a way it makes sense that you can't grasp the very simple logic that if you don't want to watch my videos, you don't have to watch them. You know, you can actually watch better things. You can talk about better things. You don't actually have to spend your time obsessing over that which you hate. You can spend your time... Okay, obsessing over that which you love sounds bad when it's like, you know, obsessing over people you love. That's not a good idea. But, you know, you should spend your time doing things you love, not doing things that you hate. You should spend your time saying, this is a thing that I love that makes me feel good, not this is a thing that makes me feel awful because I disagree with it. And, you know, yeah, I kind of do politics now, but to a certain extent, I have Patreon supporters because I do politics. And also, I kind of want to help people. And, you know, it really is the least I can do to try and, you know, raise awareness of things and, you know, do my bit to try and make things better. Whereas you don't do anything like that. You're just hating. And you're not actually doing anything you love or doing any proactive endeavor, you know. Unless your goal is literally to make me stop creating videos, and if that's the case, you're gonna lose. Because I do this for fun, you know. There is no prerogative of, well, if we bully him enough, he will stop. Yeah, that's not how this works. I do this because I like to. And you know what? I said a while back that I was going to step back into the shadows. Well, this is me saying, I'm back, baby. And I ain't fucking going anywhere. Thank you for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Alexander Gordon Jahans, obviously. I have a blog where you can read my writings and see the original sort of fictions that I write. And that's called that's farshnuke.blogspot.co.uk, farshnuke.blogspot.co.uk. It might be farsh-nuke.blogspot.co.uk, but the point is, search Farshnuke, find it. I have a Twitter @farshnuke, or twitter.com/farshnuke, farshnuke. I've got a Reddit, reddit.com/r/Farshnuke official. That's FARSHNUKEOFFICIAL. I have a Tumblr. Search Farshnuke, FARSHNUKE. I have a Patreon, patreon.com/Farshnuke, FARSHNUKE. Go there and donate however much you feel like. Obviously, the more money you donate to me, kind of, the more I can spend on reviewing things. Because, you know, like, having no money kind of prevents me from, you know, reviewing things as they come out. And also, like, having money means that, you know, I have a better quality of life and I feel better and, you know, have food that's not just one meal a day and sandwiches. So anyway, yeah, if you could donate to me, that would be awesome, but obviously I entirely understand, you know, money's tight, because, hey, you're watching me. And also, if you do happen to want to help out this channel, then please give me a like, favorite, leave a comment. The ones that aren't totally insulting will be, you know, actually allowed to be shown. I'll get round to them in due time, probably. And either way, the comments are always, you know, appreciated, because, you know, even if you just stopped by to tell me to kill myself, you know, at least you've chosen to spend your time here talking to me, you know. That means something. And if you could please, you know, whitelist me on your adblock program, or, you know, not use adblock stuff on my programs. Obviously subscribe to me, that would be awesome. And just generally tell your friends about my stuff. Share my videos. Drive attention to my channel, even if it's, you know, not necessarily the most positive attention. It's still helping me go up through the rankings and stuff, and, you know, that's always nice. And generally, kind of, as a last point, I just want to be very clear here. I am anti-austerity, I am anti-guns in America, and I believe that climate change is the biggest problem facing all of humankind at the moment. So we really need to crack on with solving that problem, okay? See you, ladies and gentlemen.